Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday, US market had shown sharp recovery, was up by around 2%, driven by multiple reasons, wherein Fed officials has indicated that they are open to rate cut. And also Trump, president of US, has said that negotiations with China are on. And that has boosted the overall sentiment in the market, and market uh, moved up sharply. Uh, Post market hours, Google reported results, and results were ahead of expectations. And in aftermarket, Google was up by around 5-6%, and that is supporting the futures of the US market as well. And the futures of the US market are also positive. And the reflection of US market is also visible on the Asian market, and most of the Asian markets are showing positive signs, and some of the markets are even high by almost around 1.52%. So overall sentiment is positive. If we talk about even the commodities are also showing positive indications, wherein aluminum is showing sign of improvement and now almost at around 2450 dollar, up by almost around 1% from yesterday equity market close in India. And copper is flat. Oil is up by around $0.5. On the other end, iron ore is seeing some softness after moving up in last few days and down by around 0.5%, and steel was flat. So if you see the overall world market are showing positive signs, and quite possible we may also track the same, and may look at positive direction in today's trend. So outlook for today looks comparatively positive. Now I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. We already mentioned yesterday that Nifty has immediate support around 24,240, and yesterday Nifty managed to sustain that support and managed to close above that important support zone. Today we expect gap up open, and if Nifty open above the 24,370, then majorly resistance place around this zone, that is 24,370 and 400. If Nifty clear the 400 range, then we expect further rally towards 24,800 and 25,000 in upper end. Downside majorly support place at 21, 24, 170, 24, 100 is a major support for index. Bank Nifty also sustain the support zone, that is 55,300, 200, and upside first immediate resistance around 55,500. If Bank Nifty clear this resistance, then we expect further rally towards 56,000 in upper range. The overall both index looks positive at current level. We expect gap up open, and if manage to break the upper side resistance zone, then we expect the further rally to be continuing to utilization. In stock specific, Asian Paints looks positive at current level. Hindalco also given a good record at 630. So we expect some upside momentum in Hindalco again close above the trading above 630. Then we expect further rally towards 652 and 615 upside. Asian Paints also looks positive above 2440 range, and upside 2570 next majorly resistant for Asian Paint will positive in Asian Paint. Negative side in Biocon and Aisha Motor looks weak. Biocon yesterday saw some pressure, and all day trading below the important support zone. That's we expect some pressure to be continuing Biocon. That's it for technical derivative guide and carry.
Yeah, thank you, Vikas. On the derivative front, looking at the overall data, the data is still positive. Good rollovers have been seen. It is not very high and not very low as well. So, average rollovers, which means further buying can continue. Open interest has come down as well, so that has been good as well. The PCR is at 1, India VIX around 16, so not much to worry. Yes, above 15, definitely you can see, up and down move, but still the other data is positive. 25,000 holds the highest call base amongst calls. So the highest calls now shifted upwards from 24,500 to 25,000 levels, which is a good sign. Good base building around 24,000 put strike. So all in all, the data is positive. We expect further buying to continue. From the stock specific front, banking continues to look good. Good rollovers have been seen here as well. Federal Bank, AU Bank, and HDFC and Kotak. These stocks can do well even for this series. Metals as a pack can do well for the whole series. Good amount of rollovers have been seen. So yeah, look out for the same. Some good signs ahead. So next few days you can witness continuation of the upward trend in most of the stocks as well. So that's it from my side. Like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Thank you, Nirav. Good morning, everyone. On the result front, Hindustan Unilever posted the result yesterday. In terms of volumes, it has delivered a growth of 2%, broadly in line with estimates. In value terms, it has posted the numbers above expectations. Overall revenue grew by around 3% on a YY basis, and operating margin reported at 23.1%. The management has indicated low single digit pricing growth if commodity prices remained at current levels. Organized trade margins were better than general trade, as the premium portfolio is well placed across these channels. We are neutral on the stock at current price, as management has revised its EBITDA margin guidance from 23 to 24% earlier to 22 to 23% over the next few quarters. And in addition, it aims to invest at multiple levels for future growth. Nestle India posted the result. Result was in line with expectation. Volume growth remained at 2%, while revenue growth was weak at 4.5% on a YY basis. In terms of margins, operating margin reported at 25.2% versus expectation of 23.6%. This was mainly on account of decline in other expenses. With respect to segment-wise performance for annual FY25, high double-digit growth has been seen in beverages. Confectionery grew in high single digit, both in value and volume. And prepared dishes and cooking aids posted mid-single digit growth. The milk and nutrition remained muted for the quarter and the annual, as it was seen historically as well. While the company is performing well amongst its peers from consumer staple side, we believe it is still trading at a comparatively higher valuation of PE of 63.8 times to FY26 earnings. We expect Nestle to resume its double-digit growth trajectory from FY26 onwards. Thus, we remain neutral on the stock. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. A couple of technology company results. Mphasis has reported numbers in line with the expectations. Revenue growth came in at 2.9% as expected, and margins also were in line. During the quarter, logistics and supply chain verticals got affected due to tariff environment, and the management in the call said there is significant nervousness through a couple of deals, but the deals have not got cancelled. Basically, Mphasis derives 60% of its revenues from BFSI and around 8% from healthcare. So it may not be affected largely by tariffs directly. And thus, the company expects to grow above industry growth rates in FY26. Stock at 21 times FY27 expected earnings is reasonable, and one can accumulate the stock at all tips. Secondly, Tech Mahindra numbers were marginally below expectations, or rather mixed. Revenues fell short of expectations, though the company met the margin target. There was a renewal delay from one of its large client. Overall, there is softness in market, but company continues its strategic journey, diversifying into various industries and geographies, and is confident of achieving its FY27 margin target of 15%. Again, the stock at 19 times FY27 earnings is reasonable, and one can accumulate. LTTS, that is L&T Technologies, numbers were marginally below expectation. Inclusive of mergers, revenue grew 10.5% quarter on quarter, and EBIT margins at 13.2% were lower than street expectation. Numbers were impacted by macro uncertain situation. Two of its clients requested for billing deferral. Company took them as investment in their books. So the company expects good growth in FY26. Order intake has been highest in several quarters. So outlook is positive for LTTS. One can accumulate the stock at depths. And lastly, Cyient also reported its numbers, which were below expectations. Revenues and margins were affected by the macro environment. This situation can spill over into the next quarter as well, and QN can remain subdued for the company. However, the company had one good deals in Q3 quarter, so those projects are in the ramp up phase, and we can expect better performance once the macro situation cools off. So in near term, the stock can be under pressure, but long term investors can accumulate the stock. That's it from me. Thank you.
Good morning. Yesterday, Axis Bank posted its results. Results is in line with expectations. Advances grew by 8% YOY and 2.6% sequentially. Net interest income grew by 5.5% year on year. The net interest margin stands at 3.97%, reflecting a 4 bips improvement due to enhanced asset quality and improved spread and interest on income tax refunds. Profits grew by 13% quarter on quarter and flat YOY. Asset quality improved. GNPA came at 1.28% and net NPA came at 0.33%. Small businesses, SMEs, and mid-sized corporation collectively grew by 14% year on year and 3% quarter on quarter, accounting for 23% of total bank loans. The total deposit increased by 10% YOY, with term deposits rising 14% year on year, current accounts by 6%, and savings account by 3%. Axis Bank will execute an aircraft financing deal, providing a long-term US dollar loan to acquire 34 training aircraft. The 72% of the loan book is secured, and unsecured loans are expected to normalize starting this quarter. They have added 500 branches in FY25. Digital and technological investment, which account for 9.3% of the operating expenses. The consolidated ROA came at 1.88% with a consolidated ROE 17.11%. Subsidiaries constituted 5 basis points into ROA and 30 basis points into ROE. The quarter was subdued, with bank maintaining a steady focus on deposit growth, while the credit card portfolio has stabilized. The personal loan book is expected to improve gradually. Management has provided no specific guidance for FY26, stating that strategic actions will be based on evolving market conditions. The stock is trading at a PE of 13.3 times FY26 EPS and 2.1 times price to book value ratio, and the outlook is positive for the stock. SBI Life Insurance Company posted its results. Results were marginally above expectations. APE came at 5,450 crore versus expectations of 5,790 crores. Value of new business came at 1,660 crores versus expectations of 1,492 crores. Value of new business margin came at 27.8% versus expectation of 25.4%. Profits grew by 0.3% YOY. AUM grew by 15% year on year and 1% sequentially. Its 13-month persistency came at 87.4% and 61-month persistency came at 62.7%. The stock is trading as 2.3 times market cap by EV. Outlook is positive for the stock. SBI Cards and Payment Company reported results. Results were in line with expectations. Number of cards in force came at 2.08 crores versus YOY 1.89 crores. NII grew by 14.5% year on year. PAT came at 5,300 crores versus expectation of 5,554 crores. The gross NPA improved by 3.08% and net NPA came at 1.46%. The stock is trading at PE of 3.6 times FY26 EPS, and the outlook is neutral for the stock. Thank you.
Good morning. Kirloskar Pneumatic posted the result broadly in line with expectations. Company revenue and EBITDA grew by 20% year-on-year. EBITDA margin came at 18.9% versus the expectation of 17.4%. PAT is also above expectations, and stock is currently trading at P of 30 times FY26 EPS. We attended the con call of this company. So company gave revenue target for FY26. The company aims to cross 2000 crores in revenue in FY26, and in medium term management expect to maintain 20% revenue growth rate for several years. In EBITDA margin, company aims to sustain or slightly improve it to around 20%. Order book at start of FY26 is 1624 crore, up from 1,475 crore at the start of FY25. And order inflows in FY25 are record high of 1,860 crores, up by 23% year on year. So overall outlook for Kirloskar Pneumatic is positive. Thank you.
Yeah, Elecon Engineering has announced the result, and the results has shown improvement, wherein revenue has grown substantially by around 50% quarter on quarter and 41% year on year. And EBITDA margin has also shown stability at around 24.5% versus last year 24% and last quarter 27%. Order book has came in at order book is came at 948 crores versus last quarter 1105 crore and last year around 796 crores. So year on year increase of 19%. Q4 generally has a higher execution, so as such the order saw some decline, and the company has short-term order execution cycle in specifically in gear businesses. Even the material handling business has seen some softness in order booking, as though the revenue grew substantially in this business by almost around 90%, but order intake were comparatively lower at 150 crores versus last quarter 185 crore and last year 144 crores. So the high growth which we were seeing in material handling may not be able to sustain in the coming period, as the order booking was comparatively slow. Transmission business is also showing stability, and the overall growth expected from the company can be at anywhere between 15 to 20%. Management will be having con call today, so we will update what the management view is. But the overall outlook for the near term is more of a neutral in this company. Stock is trading at around 27 times FY26 earnings. So that's all from us. And I'll request commodity team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So, gold prices are had expected a pullback, as expected, pullback till 96,200, testing the resistance at 96,200, 96,500, and then again there should be some selling pressure. So if prices are sustaining below 96,200, then one can initiate a sell or wait for a pullback till 96,500, then initiate a sell. On downside, we are expecting prices to test 95,700 to 95,500 on lower end. Wherein silver, we are expecting prices to test 97,800. Thereby, if prices are sustaining below 97,800, then one can initiate a sell. On downside, again, prices are expected to test 97,000, 96,700 on lower end. In metals, copper, we are expecting a range bound movement from 858 to 847. So one can initiate a sell around 855 with a strict stop loss of 860. And on lower end, if prices are tested 848 levels, then one can also buy with a stop loss of 844. Zinc also buying on dips around 252.50 is recommended with a stop loss of 250.50, and on upside it is expected to test 255 to 256. Crude oil, we are expecting a pullback. One can buy around 5370 with a stop loss of 5300. On upside again, 5450 or 5470 is the level where one should book profits. And natural gas, if prices are sustaining above 250, then we expect a pullback. Prices are oversold in a oversold zone, and we expect some pullback till 258 to 265, and strictly maintain a stop loss of 240. So that is from us. Thank you very much.